The reason you're not getting results and the reason that you need external validation, the reason why there's a negative correlation between your effort and your return on investment is because you do not actually want the thing that you are pursuing. I want to give some gray area to this. The harder you try at the wrong output with the wrong energy, the worse your results will be. The reason I say this is because effort is based on the law of assumption. Some people barely put any effort in and get extremely high results. Some people put a ton of effort in and get extremely high results. It doesn't arbitrarily have to do with the intensity of your output. It has to do with the target that you're aiming for. You can't actually fake wanting something. For people like us who want to live like us by just aligning with something, you cannot fake authentic desire. And that's why that is the first step here, is you have to know what you authentically want, and that cannot be faked. When you are struggling with something, this is the first step. Take a step back and ask yourself, do you want this? Do you actually authentically want this? If you don't know how to identify wanting, that is for another video. But the easiest way to do that is by being emotionally intelligent. And if you have quite a bit of unhealed trauma, you are going to lack emotional understanding. And that could be why you're a little bit stuck, is because you don't actually authentically know what you want. You still have to process some unprocessed trauma. But that is the first step, because you do not want everything. In fact, you don't want most things. You want very specific things. You want what you need to be your best self. You want who you're here to be. You want that highest version of yourself. You want those character traits. You want those workout routines. You want that wardrobe. Like, inherently, your body wants that. You want what you are here to create. So your wanting is not frivolous or futile. Your wanting is specific, and that is why it matters, and that is why it's the trump card. Because when you cannot identify an authentic desire, you can be peaceful in your soul that that is what you are supposed to do, and you own it already. When you identify the authentic desire, by virtue of that, you stop seeking external validation. When you are seeking external validation, you are asking for the thing you're doing to be the thing that you want. The reason why you seek external validation in this scenario is because you haven't yet learned boundaries. If you had boundaries, if you knew boundaries, you would realize there's a lot of things that you're currently doing that you're actually not willing to do, but you're doing them anyways. Because when we're seeking external validation, it's because we are insecure, essentially, and we are insecure because we know we're in a dynamic that actually doesn't work for us. We know the circumstances are not right for us. This is applicable to any relationship too, obviously. Romantic relationship, business relationship. It looks like you needing a lot of external validation because you are insecure, because you can sense that you are not in the right spot. You are not putting yourself in the right position. When you identify the authentic desire, you are consciously and subconsciously planting a seed. The awareness of that authentic desire plants the seed. And that planting of the seed is what Neville Goddard calls living in the end. It's because you already know it's yours. That seed is that seed of knowing. Here's a little bit how you can start to feel into the authentic desire. Back into every space from a feeling space. Feeling good is the compass. It's the North Star. You decide what you want based on what you feel like you need. So you feel into what you want by feeling into it through your body, not your logical mind. You have to redefine your wants as needs, because we are taught that the only needs that we are allowed to need are survival needs. But that is an option. That is not a reality that we have to opt into. We can redefine our wants as needs. And that's what I'm talking about in this case scenario. You need to look at the things that you want instead of choosing what you want through the limits that you're setting for yourself. If it's a need, then it gets to get met. You now get to realize your self-actualization needs are real as well. Your self-actualization needs are needs as well. A lot of these desires at a higher level are needs. Wanting is the trump card, period. So step 2 is morphing into your identity. Now you are aware of what you want and what you desire, and you are aware that it is yours. But now it's a matter of allowing the brain to get on board with this as well. Start manipulating the subconscious mind. The person who is what you are becoming has a completely different or altered set of core beliefs. So your job is to now step into that personality. You will be able to see results regardless if you have shifted your identity or not. But there is a greater chance that you will self-sabotage. That is one of the main causes of self-sabotage, is not feeling inside what your reality looks like on the outside. You aren't able to hold the things that come externally if it doesn't match you internally. So one of the best ways to shift identity that I have found that's assisted me along my way is EFT tapping. I'm going to tell you a little bit how to do it on yourself right now. So your identity is the paradigm. To change the paradigm, I'm going to show you how to a little bit walk through this with a tapping exercise. You can tap on the meridian points while you talk yourself through what you're going through. So if you wanted to shift your identity, you would be tapping through the points while you talk to yourself about what you get to have now and the beliefs that you currently get to clear. Talk about clearing this, clearing that, clearing that. This is what I'm choosing to believe instead. This is what I'm choosing to believe instead. And continuing to clear anything that comes up. Now that you're stepping into that identity, fully feeling into that identity, and you know the thing is inevitable and it's happening for you, you can start to analyze your market and be more strategic about your action. Sometimes you will be doing the same action as you were doing before and it wasn't working, but you're doing it now with a different energy. You're doing it now with a different target. Before, you were aiming at, I hope this is right, and now you're aiming at, I know this is right. That's a totally different target, a totally different energy behind what you're doing, and that's why it matters. So step 3, start to analyze your market. Find the biggest performers, the highest performers in your industry, and study them. What is working for them? Why is it working? Break it all down. Do a deep dive into who your competitors are, study them, analyze them, break it down into a formula that you can use. The next part of this 3rd step, start to curate the YouTube algorithm to what you are looking for. The YouTube algorithm can be programmed to help you do your market research. You want to start typing all of your questions that you want to know into YouTube and then clicking on videos that match in the direction of what you need to learn. And you will start to get recommendations and suggestions that will help you along your journey. And this is really part of the subconscious mind bringing information to it, watching what YouTube recommends to you as you engage with the videos that are closely aligned with where you're trying to go, what you're trying to learn. So for example, if you type in how to increase the revenue on my Shopify store, this is something that you would type directly into YouTube and a bunch of videos are going to come up. Just start picking videos that you find the most interesting and engage with them, and YouTube will now continue to show you videos along those same ideas of increasing revenue on Shopify, or maybe it's going to give you another video on Facebook ads, something that would be correlated. Select any video that looks like it's getting you closer to the information that you need and engage with it. Like it, comment. YouTube, along with your subconscious mind, are now going to bring you videos that you need to see and that are going to trigger you or teach you something, getting you closer to your goal, or information that you will need in order to see things a different way or do things a different way. Planting these seeds on YouTube is advantageous because it's kind of like an investment. If you were just Googling things, it's a little bit more difficult because Google's not just going to recommend you things randomly, but YouTube is the type of algorithm that you can train to work alongside your subconscious to give you the things that you need. As you are doing this research, you're programming the YouTube algorithm to work for you. Step 4 is continuing to reprogram the subconscious while you continue to do this exercise and take whatever steps you are led to next. Now that you have the aligned and proper instinct around what you want, what you're pursuing, and you've already started to step into that identity, and now you are going to continue to feed the subconscious mind the things that you need, and you are believing now, similar to how you are programming the YouTube algorithm, you are now going to program your subconscious. You do this through, yes, EFT tapping, but also affirmations at specific times of day. Before you fall asleep and first thing in the morning are the best times to do affirmations, but they really are good at any point throughout the day. These times of day are when your subconscious mind is most supple. You really want to plant these seeds in fertile soil, and the most fertile soil is before you fall asleep, after you wake up. I find a ton of affirmations on YouTube, but then I also write my own scripts using ChatGPT. So I basically type into ChatGPT like what I'm manifesting, who I am, who I desire to be, what I'm manifesting. And then I ask ChatGPT to create like a day in my life, write a script about a work day, or write a script about this or that. Then I speak it into my phone, and then I can like replay it. But then it's also really just repetition of writing your goals down and saying them out loud every single day.